More information pointing to the Activision Blizzard deal going through. Will we get another Silent Hill game soon? Plus more, so let's get into it. So as we get closer to June 2023, there's going to be a lot more talk about the Xbox and Activision Blizzard deal and whether that deal is going to go through. As of right now, it seems very positive that it is going to go through. There's been a 98% approval rating by these shareholders for this deal to go through. But there's also been some pushback from politicians writing letters with a bunch of stuff as to why they think it shouldn't happen. Even though within those letters, we reviewed those months ago or a couple weeks ago, whenever that happened. And that letter by Elizabeth Warren and the other people on that was pretty bad. I mean, they didn't even really focus on some of the main things they could have focused on as to why they don't think this deal is going to go through. When we look at something like, is this a monopoly? There's already been a pretty big breakdown across the video game industry that this is not a monopoly, especially with all of the other big companies out there and all of the different studios that they own. And just in general, how there's still a diverse range of different independent studios and the bigger studios out there that make up the entirety of the video game industry. So there has been some pushback, but I would say right now it is looking like it is going to go through, and this adds just more to that outlook that the deal will pass. This comes from the Communication Workers of America, who wrote a letter to the FTC saying that they now approve this deal, saying, "We now support approval of the transaction before you because Microsoft has entered an agreement with CWA to ensure the workers of Activision Blizzard have a clear path to collective bargaining. Microsoft's binding commitments will give employees a seat at the table and ensure that the acquisition of Activision Blizzard benefits the company's workers and the broader video game labor market." Now, within this labor neutrality agreement, that's what it's called. Some of the main things that they're focusing on that they want employees to be able to have access to and to be able to do is they want them to be able to easily exercise their right to communicate with other employees as well as union representatives as to whether they want a union membership, and then that decision should remain confidential. And on top of that, they want to have an easy process for when there is conflict between the union and the company where things get resolved and there's a fast arbitration process if the differences can't be resolved. And the CWA president, Chris Shelton, just added here, "We support the acquisition approval and look forward to working collaboratively with Microsoft after this deal closes," which is a big change and a big turnaround to what they had thought about previously, because previously they raised concerns to the FTC about this deal, saying specifically here, "This may lead to an undue concentration of market power when viewed as a vertical or horizontal merger, threaten data privacy and security, undermine consumer protection online, impinge on the consumer right to repair, and exacerbate worker disempowerment and wage suppression." So those were some big words they threw in there as to why they thought there was some concern over this deal. But obviously what they were trying to do, what they were trying to get at, was something like this, which was the labor neutrality agreement with Microsoft. So they got that agreement in there, and now they fully approve this deal going through. It's just another thing pretty much pointing towards that by June 2023, that's when we expect this deal to close to go through. Activision Blizzard will be a part of Microsoft, and maybe it will close sooner. We don't know. Some people are pointing to potentially October. Who knows? But at the end of the day, Activision Blizzard Microsoft deal most likely going to go through as we see another step in the right direction if you're hoping this deal goes through with this agreement here between the CWA and Microsoft. So jumping over here to some news about Microsoft renewing some trademarks, and both of these trademarks are rare IPs. The first one is Viva Pinata. This is a game that originally came out on the Xbox 360. It's like a simulator style of game with like these pinata characters. I believe when it came out, it was pretty popular. It was never a game I got into, but people do enjoy this game. It's also available right now on Game Pass and Rare Replay. And then the second one here, which is completely surprising because I don't remember this game being popular at all on the N64. I could be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong on that, but I don't remember playing it. I don't really remember anybody really talking about it. And it is Blast Course, which is this like vehicle racing / destruction style of game here. You can see a quick screenshot of it. Is also available in Rare Replay if you want to check it out. So those two games have been renewed by Microsoft. Now this could mean absolutely nothing. This just could be the regular thing companies go through to make sure that they don't lose IPs, they don't lose trademarks for any of these games that they have within their catalog. Maybe they'll want to bring them back one day, maybe not, but they have done that. Now the funny thing is the chances that either of these games actually do get remade or actually do get brought out are probably pretty low, with the fact that Rare right now is working on Sea of Thieves, and they're also working on Everwild, which we've heard a lot of stuff about in terms of it going through kind of a development hell style of process right now, where they've really had to redo everything from scratch, and we don't know when we're going to see more on Everwild. But then also, again, like I said, Sea of Thieves, which has been an extremely successful game. So Rare themselves working on these games, probably not the most likely thing that would happen. But let's say they do want to make a new Viva Pinata, or they want to somehow revive Blast Corps, and maybe they think it's a game that people will enjoy now. I would see them taking these games and then passing them off to another studio to make, and maybe that's why they re-up these IPs. So the biggest game this year is going to be Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. That's just a given. It's going to be huge because, one, Call of Duty is the biggest game pretty much every single year, and two, it's a remake of the biggest Call of Duty back in the day on the Xbox 360 and the PS3. Just a massive cultural game when that came out, and we are all waiting for the remake of this. And while people wait for that remake, there's always going to be stuff like this comes out, especially with Call of Duty, and that is leaks. Now, we got some image leaks of some multiplayer maps that will be coming to Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. Now, this is via the Warzone mobile this year, also known as Project Aurora. It's in its closed alpha testing, but users were able to get their hands on some pictures of maps for Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. Now, the person on Twitter who leaked these got their account suspended, obviously, from all the DMCA takedowns for these pictures, but they're able to be re-uploaded on to Imager. And you can see here, they're just the loading screens for these multiplayer maps. But if you're interested in some of the content that could be coming over to Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, here's the first one here. This one is called Grand Prix, which was a confirmed map as part of the game reveal in June. And you can see here just the picture of it. Next one here is Oil Field, and I guess it's an oil field exactly as the title entails, but here's the picture of what the loading screen is going to be like. Then we have Museum, and again, you're in a museum, going to be running through outdoor, indoor, being able to hopefully get vertical within this map. Looks pretty cool. And then we have Saba. Now, this one, I don't really know what this one's all about, but it's called Saba, and they say information on this map beyond its image are not known at this time, nor is its final release name confirmed. And on top of that, there are some ground war maps that were revealed. You have 3 of them here. You have Hydro, this picture here with water going through it. You have Fishtown. You can see the fishing boats and then the different structures there. And then Syrah, which looks like it's going to be another one of those maps where you're running in and out of the building. So just some loading screens for maps if you can't wait to see what we're going to be getting with Modern Warfare 2. I mean, obviously this is just such small information, such a small leak, doesn't really give away too much other than all of the different locations you're going to be traveling to in the game, which I'm excited for the single player aspect more so than anything. Yes, the maps have to be good for multiplayer because that's where the majority of people are going to be playing, but seeing that you're going to be traveling through a Grand Prix, through an oil field, through the museum and whatever part of the world it's in, should mean that there are going to be lots of interesting, cool levels within Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. Okay, let's take a look here at a potential leak for Silent Hill, if you are a Silent Hill fan. Now, this comes via Rebs Gaming, who has been increasing up on the Twitter charts. I see it popping up more and more in my home feed. It's another one of those insiders who puts stuff out there. But this is a video for Silent Hill saying, leak new Silent Hill game from Konami, reveal date and teaser trailer have been leaked. Here's the teaser video, and the reveal date is July 12th. You can see the video just says global reveal July 12th. And they say here, update, this was first posted on a Japanese forum. However, the post has since been removed. Leaker claims it was from Konami shareholder meeting. I can't confirm if this is real yet. I'll let you know ASAP. It then goes on to just pretty much say hasn't gotten confirmation yet. But if this doesn't happen on July 12th, they'll eat a clown hat. So if you're a Silent Hill fan, it looks like we are getting closer and closer, potentially, speculatively, to a new Silent Hill announcement. We've seen stuff previously from Silent Hill in terms of the leaks about a bunch of different studios working on multiple different Silent Hill products. So it would make sense if they do come out and make an announcement for this game in the near future, because everything we are seeing so far is pointing towards Silent Hill making a comeback. And just on top of that, Rebs Gaming again posted this saying, leak in May, Aesthetic Gamer posted these leaked images of a new Silent Hill game, and the images were removed due to a copyright notice. You can see the second picture there. Does this confirm a new Silent Hill? He says, I think so. And you can see the post here by Aesthetic Gamer. Silent Hill leak. There's a lot I'm not sharing for now. This is from a relatively new source for me, but I have been given more than enough proof to believe them. I also will mention the names Anita and Maya, SMS messages, and this is not the only Silent Hill game in development. Then here are the shots, and these ones got removed. But the end there where they say this is not the only Silent Hill game in development is something that we've seen as well more than once. So we'll wait and see what happens on July 12th. May be a Silent Hill reveal, maybe not, but I do think there are some Silent Hill games coming in the near future. And finally, to end things off here, this is a pretty interesting patent if you think about what's going on right now with PlayStation Plus, but this is a patent to get older PlayStation peripherals to be able to actually work with the PlayStation 5. It says here, the patent spotted by Game Rant seems to show old Sony hardware such as old media remotes, DualShock controllers, and even a handheld console, likely to be the PSP Go, which is this here. If you remember the PSP Go, which was a neat little console back in the day, being used via emulation with a PlayStation 5. Here's the actual patent themselves. You can see all the different things: the DualShock, the remotes, the PSP, the iToy, a memory card, the PlayStation mouse right here, 1408. If you remember that thing, all going through the different types of PlayStations through the generations to be able to actually work with the PS5. Now, the reason I say it's interesting because of the PlayStation Plus stuff is because of the controversy that we've had with PS3 games. Now, people want to be able to just emulate the PS3 games through their PS Plus service or through their PS5 rather than stream them. But as of right now, you can't do that. The only way to play the PS3 games via PlayStation Plus is through streaming them, which if you don't have a good internet connection, it can lag. There can be artifacting, all that type of stuff that occurs when your internet is going up and down, and sometimes it just isn't the best way to play games. Now, getting a DualShock 3 to be able to actually work on your PS5 would seemingly be pointing towards PlayStation trying to work on getting these games to actually be natively emulated on the console itself. Something that people have wanted, and Sony has responded pretty much just saying it's way too hard to do. And there's been pushback on that. There's been people saying that they can do it, they just want to put the time and resources into it, which again, as a business, kind of makes sense. You think similarly to with the Xbox backwards compatibility program, how they have stopped that. And there are some games out there that there are fan bases that want to play those games on backwards compatibility. Jason Ronald has come out and talked about how it's just so much effort, so much work and resources that have to get put into getting all the licenses and making sure that the games run properly on the console. As of right now, the program is over. And I feel like that's kind of a similar thing that PlayStation is thinking about with being able to natively emulate PS3 games on your PS5. All of the work and effort that would go into getting that to work, and how much return on investment would there be from getting those games to actually work on the PS5, and how many people would actually be playing them. For them, the streaming option is the far better option for their business. But you never know, maybe this is a patent that is pointing towards that happening. I know for me personally, I would love to see that happen. I know a lot of people would love to see it happen because the backwards compatibility right now is not even comparable when you compare the Xbox Series X and S to the PlayStation 5. They're not even in the same league, in my opinion, especially with all the upgrades and stuff you get with Xbox backwards compatibility, with like the FPS boost and the auto HDR and the quick resume side of things. I think is just a huge advantage of backwards compatibility on Xbox. That's it for me, guys. Let me know your thoughts on the Activision Blizzard deal. Do you think we're going to be getting a Silent Hill soon? What do you think that patent is for that Sony filed? Do you think they will eventually be emulating PS3 games on the PlayStation 5? Do you want to see Rare remake those two games that they re-up the patent for? And are you excited for Modern Warfare 2? What do you think about those map leaks? If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that thumbs up button. If you're new here, you liked what you saw, consider hitting that subscribe button. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for your support, and I'll catch you in the next video.